Let's do it.
The back of Ryan's phone. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. That's going to sound really weird on the podcast, me just opening by saying that. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. It is Tuesday, April 18th. It's episode 52. It's Texting Tuesday. Giddy up. And so we've got some great stuff to share on that front and some other things that we're working on. I'm going to share what I've been spending the last hour doing and why that may be of interest to you or helpful to you. And social posts of the day, all that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, share, smash the bell, etc. I'm going to start out with my mindset.
Cool.
Mindset for today. I did actually post this all over my socials. It's a good one and a good reminder for all of us, especially us who are in an industry with an extremely long sales cycle. And the quote is this: when things don't happen right away, just remember it takes 6 months to build a Rolls Royce and 13 hours to build a Toyota. Now, I mean, you can think what you want about those two car companies. We actually have a Toyota. In fact, we've had a Toyota in my family for as long as I've been married to my wife. We've had several different Toyotas. The point is, sometimes we need to be patient to build something amazing and something that really lasts. And I would say not sometimes, pretty much all the time, we need to be patient. And I would say that when the quick wins happen, it can actually be, not a great thing to your long-term success, because it may create unrealistic expectations in your brain. And I say this all the time. Like, I share this stuff as much a reminder to me as it is to inspire others, because there are so many times where I get so impatient and want things to happen on my schedule. Whereas if I just focus on the long-term horizon, and keep doing the right things over and over and over, it compounds in a good way over time.
And usually you're about to stop building right before you're about to. Your tendency is to stop building right before you're about to turn the corner.
Yeah.
Exactly. When the urge to quit starts to really hit, then you got to keep going.
And that, I'm sure you've all seen that meme, right? The 6 feet or 6 inches from gold, right? It's very cliche and also totally true. 100%.
As we build out these little marketing systems, these real estate niche operating systems, you can get some instant results and get some leads coming in. But if you're not doing the Texting Tuesday stuff or sending the weekly newsletter and doing the cool stuff, you might have some quick success, but you got to grind that out probably for 3, 6, 12 months before it's even something real for you, right?
Well, since you brought that up, I'll illustrate from my own business. 2020, I had just reactivated my license, and the beginning of 2020 is when I was actually, starting to sell again. And I had launched a campaign. We just called it a dream home buyer campaign or something along those lines. And, things got weird with the pandemic and all of that during that year. So some of this was odd and unique and, just weird circumstances. But during March and April, I had generated, I don't know, some amount of leads. I could look up the actual numbers, and got distracted, a little freaked out by the pandemic, etc. And when I had gone back at the end of the year in January of 21, I went back and I looked at the source. I listed out all of my transactions and what the source of that client was. And lo and behold, there were 7 clients generated from this one campaign that I had run for a couple of weeks' time. And if I had just kept pouring gasoline on that fire, who knows?
You wouldn't need another one, and we should probably relaunch that one.
Yeah,
Dream Home Buyer.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's great. Let's move on over to the mortgage rates. I think we skipped them yesterday, but we don't need to look at those every day because they don't change that much.
They're on the site. too, you know?
Yeah, they're on the site. So top right of the site here, 6.61 30-year fixed, six even for a 15-year fixed. It's probably small for you guys. And then the FHA is down around 6.25. So as always, if you have any mortgage needs, you've got some resources on the site here down in the bottom right sidebar. It's all mortgage stuff. So you've got these programs we've been talking about, and you can go and request a fast pre-approval letter, or even use these programs to generate your own leads by firing up your landing pages for each of the programs, which you can access on the co-marketing page.
Yep. So I want to share, this ties into what I've spent most of the last hour doing.
Yeah.
HomeIQ. It's a great resource. It's something we make available to our co-marketing partners. It's a great conversation starter, seller nurture. The last hour I have spent sending personal video messages to people, to sellers interacting with their HomeIQ report. And at least half of the interactions have been around, how can I tap into my equity? Either they're asking flat out, how can I tap into my equity? Or there's another way they can respond similarly, how can I tap into my equity without doing a refi? I highlight that for several reasons. That is actual real world data of what's going through sellers' minds right now.
Yeah.
We don't have to guess. I'm telling you, half of the people that are interacting with their HomeIQ report in our HomeIQ, both with for I've got my homeowner database in there, and then we've got co-marketing partners with their sphere of influence homeowner engaged database in there. And like that we have real world interactions telling us that is what people are thinking about, which is also ties off of the fact of yesterday, Barry Habib is like the mortgage whisperer. I don't know what like the best way, but he is like he's a genius when it comes to looking at the macro and the micro of what's going on in with finance and mortgage, etc. And every morning we belong, our mortgage team belongs to he has what's called the MBS Highway, and it's a paid subscription. Actually, it's the same platform that I showed the investment analysis tool on Thursday's episode 49. That would have been. I actually used that tool for George this morning on one of his listings. Anyway, his video yesterday included an update saying that like we are heading into an area, even with rates the way they are, where refinances are going to be more prevalent because of, and his point was, car payments are so astronomically high now, and interest rates on credit cards so astronomically high, and we're now far enough out of the the tax rebates and stuff that were being offered, and the stimulus checks.
People are losing their jobs too.
Yeah. So anyway, I share this for two reasons. Number one, just so you're aware what your seller database, at least some of them, may be thinking. And number two, if you're having conversations with sellers and they want a fast, easy way to tap into their equity, one of the lenders that we work with has a HELOC program where it can get funded in 5 days or even less sometimes. So they can get access to funds very quickly, which may be, who knows what they're getting access to this funds be, but one way would be, they may want to free up some capital to buy an investment property, right? So having that again as something in your tool belt as you're having conversations, if that comes up, refer them our way. We'll see what we can do to help and facilitate that for you.
People don't necessarily want to sell because prices are still high. It's hard to find someplace to go. But a lot of people are sitting on a lot of equity right now. So you can be a problem solver by introducing that idea.
Totally.
or yeah, like the equity's tied up in the house. Why not buy another investment property or a piece of land or something just to hedge against whatever might happen in the future?
Yep.
And it's funny, Josh, I'll go into the social post today because we didn't talk since yesterday, but I was thinking about home IQ too. So
Beautiful.
just a
Let's
coincidence. Yeah, I made a quick little image. This is on the videos page. It's actually a different version on the video page. It's blue with an arrow on it. But I just made this using using Canva. The house grows and expands, and it just says, hey, things are still nutty out there, at least locally in St. Pete, with multiple offers happening every day. They are. I was surprised to learn yesterday.
They definitely are. It definitely, especially when sellers are strategically pricing, low, or at least not aggressively overpricing. Like if they're priced right, or even maybe a little bit low intentionally to drive multiple offers. I had a conversation. I'm listing a fixer upper, most likely going live on next Thursday. And there was one in the neighborhood that just was listed and went pending. And I called the listing agent this morning and said, hey, what can you tell me about this? I said, I'm sure you got multiple offers, because she listed it aggressively low. And it ended up with, she didn't tell me how many offers, but it was a lot of offers, and it was listed at 250, and it's all cash, no contingencies at 340.
Yeah.
So it's still happening.
So we're still in the spring season. There's still a lot of money in the system, and rates are not that high. I mean, they're high relative to a year ago, but 6% is not crazy.
It's perspective, context, 100%. Yeah.
So anyway, social post idea, just let people know that things are still good if you want to sell, and point them over to your home IQ tool or whatever seller report tool you have. Incidentally, Josh, in our caffeinated program, that will also include 100 home IQ sellers. So that'll be another way you can get access if you're not one of our co-marketing partners.
Totally.
Once we do that this week. Okay.
And so the thing that's great about the home IQ report that the homeowner receives is there's multiple triggers or actions, right? Where when they engage with it, it will fire off triggers to you. Similar to our weekly email newsletter, right? That is designed in such a way that it has trigger or action points to get people looking at properties or requesting an updated home valuation, et cetera. And one of those triggers in particular is now a good time to sell. And 3 of the people that I was sending these personal video follow-ups to, and I'm going to call this afternoon, were people asking, is now a good time to sell? Right through their home IQ report. So pretty cool.
Actually walking through the sign-up process on the screen just to show everybody. It's making me text. You do get really good contact info because they have to verify 653-996 653-996. And they actually, I was looking yesterday, Josh. One of the reasons I ended up building this video template for today is I noticed they had a bunch of really good banner ads in there. Alex, who's the co-founder of Home IQ, is a really good designer. And there's actually some really good creatives in there for those of you who do have access to Home IQ that you can post or split test in Facebook ads. So what I was thinking, Josh, just run multiple variations with his images. It's taking a minute to validate this, probably because of my Brave browser. But anyway, it gives you a really good report. You get is it a monthly email that comes? I've been getting one for years.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And it just keeps people engaged, but you generate a real cell number lead. And we'll be testing this more, I think, Josh, with just cold traffic from Facebook and Google ads, just to see how these pages convert over the coming days. So social post of the day, try to get people to check their home value. And one of the cool things about Home IQ is it's not just about the home value, it's about the equity and a potential refi.
Yeah. So Don, Home IQ doesn't cost agents anything, theoretically speaking. Okay. We're only able to offer it for free to either our co-marketing partners, or we'll be including a certain portion for free for our caffeinated group coaching members. Because there is an actual cost for it that the lender pays. So, I'd be happy to chat with you about that, Don, if you want to explore that in more detail, and what options there may be for that. I can send you, an invite link to check it out, etc. But you can just schedule a time at Josh15 or just shoot me an email or call or text. And even if you're paying for it per contact record, it's relatively affordable for what they get and for the amount of engagement and opportunities it will or may uncover for you. So
yeah, and there's lots of these systems out there, whether it's HomeIQ or something else. You probably want to have a seller incubation system like this. You could even use KV Core for it. This system, and what's the other one? HomeBot or something, Josh?
HomeBot, yes, is the other one that's similar.
Yeah, they just have some bells and whistles that make it more interactive for you. So
yeah, but I think one thing I'd highlight for that for you is one of the benefits to that is that it is a separate platform from your traditional CRM. And the reason being, there are several reasons why that is valuable. Number one, it could be the deliverability on your regular CRM isn't what you would like it to be, right? There could be that. Number two, having them on different, it's the same channel email, but it's a different platform, just creates different engagement and opportunities. And so almost every one of the folks that engaged with the HomeIQ report that I sent a personal video message, they haven't engaged with me on the other platform.
Yeah.
So it just creates more opportunities for you, more conversation starting opportunities. And so, I think you can go too far with that, right? You don't want to have too many different things and platforms, etc. But having multiple, I do think
it's like an investment portfolio or stocks, or you got to diversify a little bit.
Mike, why did I choose HomeIQ over HomeBot? I had been using HomeBot for years. Quite honestly, so number one is the design. HomeIQ is a dark design, and I don't like it. Which is a good thing. HomeIQ is light. It's white, and it's like, I don't know, it just feels lighter and brighter. The other big reason, or the other two big reasons, are the way the cost structure is for HomeIQ, I prefer. And a big thing, this is a huge thing with HomeIQ, it will give you for your database, what they call a pre-mover score. So it's looking at all kinds of different algorithmic data, which Ryan may dispute and say they're just guessing for our conversation, I think, last week. But actually, for HomeIQ, they're using 250 plus data points to identify which of the folks in the database are most likely to sell. And they have statistical data that says that it's 75% accurate. In other words, if you upload 100 people, 100 past clients, and 25 of them, or I'm trying to keep the let's say you upload 200 and 100 of them they identify as having a high pre-mover score, 75 of them are going to sell or buy real estate in the next 6 to 12 months. They have statistical data that says that.
I actually know the founders of HomeIQ before I didn't even know you were using them.
Yeah.
And if anybody's actually doing it right, it's those guys, who are actually using the data to give you a pre-mover score. What I said the other day was, I think a lot of people in the industry just say that it's AI or whatever.
Right.
Doing it.
And they're just looking at, they owned it for this long. Yeah.
Yeah.
There isn't a direct integration, Lo, but we've got Zapier. Yeah. Integrations, but there isn't like a direct integration like I know Lo started using the direct My Plus Leads integration the other day. He was fired up about that.
Yeah, I think you can push into your CRM or out, right? Into HomeIQ. It's a two-way integration. Maybe Mike knows better than I do. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So Texting Tuesday. Tuesday. So the title here and even on the thumbnail.
Let's do a hat adjustment.
What's that? Yeah.
So we both did the hat adjustment.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? My hair is a hot mess this morning, but I put open-minded. And I think this is a great template or phrase or power phrase, magic phrase, whatever you want to call it, for creating lots of conversation opportunities. And I'll give you one specific example. And then what we're going to do is compile a number of different variations for both buyers and sellers. And we're going to put that into the wakeup.realestate site. So if you haven't created an account yet, go to wakeup.realestate, create your free account, and we'll add that as a resource in there. Here's what I sent right before we went live that has already gotten a ton of replies. Morning, Ryan. Would you be open-minded, in parentheses, and available to check out some homes this weekend? Question mark. Let me know. Thanks.
That's it.
Very straightforward. Would you be open-minded and available? Now, I don't think you should always go for the direct ask, but every once in a while, it doesn't hurt to do the direct ask. And so I sent this to a small batch of active leads on my website. Active meaning, that they have done something to trigger them in KV Core. There's a trigger that turns them from prospect or new lead to active. And generally speaking, it's, they're looking at properties on the site. They've opened your emails. They've replied to text messages.
Active is usually some kind of reply to something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have gotten a lot.
Unless you moved it. Sorry.
Yeah. I've gotten a lot of not interested and so forth. But I've also gotten numerous that are opportunities for us to overcome objections. For example, Ivy said, I honestly don't think I can qualify for anything right now. Well, I am definitely going to follow up with Ivy and let her know that, number one, she may be surprised because of some of the clients we've been able to help recently. And number two, if you can't qualify right now, we will help you create a plan with free credit direction and mortgage planning to help you get to that point. I've gotten some unsubscribe, no thanks, no. I just found one, which is me. This is a good reminder to me. So Paul just went under contract with Cosette, and I didn't change him from active to under contract in KV Core, so I'll have to go back and do that. I had somebody that said that there's too sick right now. So I can follow up and we'll follow up and I'll say, hey, Richard, hope you feel better soon. And, would love to help you if and whenever you're ready.
Do you do a video for that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wherever possible, doing video replies either through text or email. When you get a response like that, like for Ivy, I'm going to send her, would this be helpful? Let me see here. I'm going to do this live. How's that? So I'm going to find Ivy. She was the one that said that she doesn't think she can qualify. And
I think seeing some of these responses, I think people would like these. Guys, comment if you would, because generally I get a lot of questions about that too when I'm in offices or visiting like locally. Like, how do I respond to this?
Yep.
It's mostly common sense, but
All right, everybody. Shh.
You're gonna say.
Hey, Ivy, saw your response there and totally get where you're coming from. I'd be happy to connect you with one of our team members to see where you're at as far as getting qualified for a mortgage. And one of the big benefits that we offer someone like yourself is if we aren't able to get you qualified right here and now, we offer free credit direction and we'll give you a plan for helping you to get qualified. And the other thing I'll mention is you might actually be surprised because we've got some amazing special financing programs, and we've been able to help a whole bunch of folks just in the last 30 days who either had been previously turned down by other lenders or folks like yourself didn't realize that they could even qualify for. So let me know if you'd be interested and when you are available for a quick chat, and I can have someone on my team reach out and see what we can do. Now, that was just totally off the cuff, totally unscripted, but it's authentic and real, and I'm going to send that to her.
And she'll appreciate you took the time.
Absolutely.
that you took the time.
And when I do that, so I did that using Core Video through the KV Core app. Okay. You could have, I could have just sent it directly as a video through my phone. I could have used the BombBomb app, which I've done. I've actually done all of those things just this morning. I've used the BombBomb Chrome extension. I've used the BombBomb Gmail integration. I've used the actual BombBomb app this morning, and now a Core Video, all just this morning, right? So I'm practicing what I preach, and so I'm going to send that video, and I'm going to say, when would you be available for a quick chat with one of our I'm going to call it special financing, creative financing specialists. That's what I'm going to call it. I don't know, fancy words. Creative financing specialists. LMK. Josh. Boom. And send. Away we go, right? So the secret sauce here is not getting the initial reply. It's what you do with those replies and how you continue the conversation to determine, can I help this person? How and when? Can I help this person? How and when? And we may not be able to help Ivy. Although, honestly, our mortgage team, our stance is we can help everyone. If they are motivated, we can help them in some way, shape, or form. If nothing else, or no other way than giving them a plan for how they can qualify, what they need to do to qualify, and then check in with them either monthly or quarterly to see how they're doing with that plan. So open-minded. How might you use, what are some other ideas that you may use?
Are you open-minded to seeing properties this weekend? That was the script?
That was the script. Are you open-minded? And I put in parentheses, would you be, I said, morning Ivy, would you be open-minded, and then parentheses, and available to check out some homes this weekend? Question mark. Let me know. Thanks. Very direct and straightforward. Here's some other variations. Would you be open-minded to considering some cash offers on your property at blank address? Okay, maybe you're using the cash offer platform that we have available. Would you be open-minded to listing your property this spring? That's very direct, but
can I
go ahead? Right.
Can I give you one you probably haven't tried, but it might be relevant to your company for a lot of people? You can do this on recruiting too. Would you be open-minded to getting a real estate license? Our team is growing. You could shoot that out to your buyers and sellers on your list, because you never know who's going to raise their hand, and it's an interesting way to engage. Yep.
It's funny that you say that, because I had someone who's in my KV Core database message me through my Josh Shanley eXp Realty page yesterday, asking for a guest pass to the world because he's thinking about getting licensed. I didn't even ask that question, but
yeah, he had heard about you. He had heard about your company.
Yeah, or I mean, he's been in my database, and I think I've taken it out of there, but maybe I'll put it back in. But my weekly email newsletter at the bottom has something, had some sort of call to action like that. It didn't have the open-minded language in there, but it was like, thinking about starting a career in real estate, let's chat, or something like that. So I don't know, that may have had an influence over him reaching out about that. So that little magic phrase there, open-minded, I would find as many ways possible for you to use that with your existing database. Okay. And this is one that's more direct. It just is.
Yeah. Would you be open-minded to learning about a few investment properties that we think are good deals? Yeah.
Would you be open-minded to learning about some of the special financing programs we have available right now for real estate investors?
So,
or for
so,
first-time home buyers.
so psychologically, you feel like that's a trigger, that term, for whatever reason. It's something that
Well,
resonates.
I can tell you. Now, I sent this to the active part of my database, so they're more predisposed to respond. But I sent out 250 literally right before we went live, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, at least 22 replies. Almost 10% have responded in a half an hour already.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And we talked about that in text. You should also send that as an email.
Yeah.
And I would, the subject line, open-minded, Ryan, question mark. Open-minded about what? What should I be open-minded about, right? And just have that direct script. And again, we're going to do more of this. I personally am going to send more of these to my database throughout the day today. We'll document those scripts and variations and examples for you, and then you can get access to them on the wakeup.realestate site.
In the spirit of Texting Tuesday, I have another example. I was just looking in Andre locally, who joined Forever Florida Real Estate. He might be watching. Hey, Andre. We set him up a Renos yesterday. The first few components. It's a waterfront ad, what a text auto reply, and the leads started coming in. So I went to look and see how they were going. This wasn't a Renos lead, but I want to show it. Andre just did a really good job. I didn't even ask him to do this. But I think the way he handled this is somebody gave their life story. Hopefully their name's not on here now. And they're asking, do you have any special programs for first-time buyers with not so perfect credit? But her credit score is around 600. You can see that down toward the middle. I have my mouse there.
That means we've got lots of options. Yeah.
So Andre's response is great. And it's very conversational. It's not like I see a lot of people get very formal. It's gotcha. Let's connect later this afternoon. I do have lenders with special programs that can work with any credit score. But this illustrates a few things. The 600, people think with a 600 score, they can't get a mortgage. You can go down to 500 on FHA, right?
Totally.
In some cases.
And at 600, if we could, with credit direction, we can probably get her to 620. And then it opens up lots of other programs as well. Yeah.
There's Andre. We're going to be talking a lot more about Andre's niche because he's building out a YouTube channel. You can see what the niche is right there in the comment, because the YouTube channel is called St. Pete Waterfront Homes. We're driving leads from Facebook ads already. We're auto texting. Andre, I'm psyched to work with because he's actually going to go out and take some videos. He probably already has. So we're going to be talking a lot more about this here. And if you have St. Pete Waterfront referrals, Andre can have them. I don't need them.
Andre, one recommendation for you and everybody else. This is a huge one. A great job there. Always include, and this is great as a second text, a question, right? Yeah. Like, when would you be available, or tie in, if you can tie in something that they mentioned there, or even, she does say, I'm getting my taxes done at 10 when I'm down there. I can give you a call. Something like, when would you be available for a quick chat, or something along those lines. Now, I wouldn't normally recommend that you go right for when are you available for a quick chat, but she's already shared her life story and already mentioned giving you a call, right? Or you could say, Andre, would you be available at 11:30 for a quick chat or something like that?
If there's a tweak at all. I mean, gotcha, let's connect later this afternoon is a little general. I mean, gotcha. Right. Gotcha. Would you be available at 1 or 2 this afternoon for a quick call, just to give them like an either or and they can choose the time. But
just having some kind of question when you're getting someone engaging and in conversation, asking questions to keep the conversation going is critical, right? Otherwise, they may get confused and be like, well, I'm not sure what to do at this point, right? You don't want them thinking that. You want to lead the conversation, and you lead the conversation through your line of questioning.
Yeah. But this is the game right here. And Andre, you might have been talking to this person before this. I didn't look, but they're coming down in June, but that's the game. We've got a long sales cycle to work with. So it's just be cool until then, right?
Totally.
Just be cool until people are ready and have
when you do this stuff. Here's the nice thing. When you do this stuff, you're not competing. As long as you don't drop the ball and screw things up, like It's your business. It's
Yeah,
your
you're
client.
her agent. Yeah.
Yeah. She's already decided. We
Not
already
only
know
are-
that.
Not only are you her agent, you're everybody else she knows in Niagara who might be coming down here.
Exactly.
We always forget that, like the viral effect of every contact you have.
She may be starting the train down. And it, 75% of buyers and sellers interview one agent. Like Andre has already won the interview.
Yeah.
They're not going to go unless he screws something up. They're not going to go and find somebody else.
Yeah, it's work.
Yeah, his client.
All
and
right.
Not only that, hold on. One last thing. Not only that, she doesn't want to tell her life story like that to a bunch of different people. She already told it to Andre. Like, she doesn't want to go telling other people that, right? So if you can get them to open up, they don't want to do that again. We don't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go tell them, over and over and over, right? Anyway, really good stuff. Really good stuff. And Andre, excited to have you as a I'm going to say
guinea pig.
Not really guinea pig. I mean,
yeah,
not really.
it's fun.
Yeah. We'll get those scripts in there as I actually do the work today and come up with some other variations and examples that you can R&D, rip off and duplicate, or swipe and deploy, whatever your vernacular preference is. And tomorrow we're just going to keep sharing what we're doing, what's working, what we're working on, etc. We'll be opening up the caffeinated group coaching very soon.
Probably
So,
in the next day or
tuned.
two. Did you have a session today at 11, or is that not today? Maybe we'll start.
No, Tuesdays are the day that it's a little convoluted.
Okay.
Because
I think tomorrow at 11, for those of you who have access to those sessions, who are on the team, the partners, we're going to start with the renos, just kind of like niche selection, I think will be the topic.
Yeah.
So that'll be after tomorrow's episode. And just keep an eye out if you are on Josh's team, or if you're local here with me, or if you're a co-marketing partner, possibly just watch for some emails related to this caffeinated stuff that we're doing.
Yep. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me too. You can call, text, email me. I'd love to chat. All right. Use these scripts. Find a way to use the open-minded.
Be open-minded to using them.
Exactly. There you go. Perfect tie-in. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, smash the bell, do all the fun things, and subscribe, rate, and review on whatever your favorite podcast platform is. The podcast listener or downloads are going up, which we appreciate. that your arm's gonna get tired. I'm just gonna keep talking until you can't even. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later, guys.